This is a chuck for turning small bowls and goblets, and it screws onto the lathe like this. Snug it down a little bit. Comes with a chuck. You never want to leave this in there and walk away, because if somebody accidentally turns it on, this can really cause some trouble. So always keep this out until you're ready to use it. I've prepared this block of wood just for this purpose. So if you want to do one, we've got to take a block of wood from under the scroll saws and make this little tenon on the end so it can fit in like that. Hold it tight and turn this and snug this. Snug it really well so it doesn't come out of there. Then we want to make sure that it turns true. Sometimes when you put one of these into the lathe, especially after it's been sitting for a while, the wood changes dimensions. Every time there's humidity, it expands or it contracts when it's dry out. So it's always changing, and you can see that it wobbles just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and true it up a little bit before we start, which is exactly the same as the operation we do on your very first baseball bat. Now I'm going to need the tool rest. Up as close as I can get it without touching the wood. Give it a little turn here. Now I'm just going to true it up. Always want to make sure that I have a pair of safety glasses on before I begin. You can tell when it's true when you hear an even sound. When you're hearing that ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, you know that it's not trued up. But now you can see when it's spinning that it's not wobbling anymore. So we've got that done. Now I'm going to remove this completely from the lathe. This is called a tailstock. Set it down there for safekeeping. I'm going to turn this now this direction. Whatever you do, don't try to turn. Some students don't know any better, and when it's this way, they think, well, I'll just turn the whole thing and lock it in. That's not the right way to do it. The right way is to actually turn this and keep this across both these as much as possible, and then tighten it in like so. And now I'm going to raise this up until the tool tip, whichever tool I'm choosing, I actually want to use this one first. We want it to be right at the center, and then we snug this down. Going to true up this face over here real quick. Just true it up a little bit. I'm going to take the parting tool. I'm going to turn on the exhaust, okay? gets really hot, so I want to put it down when it's out of the way and switch to the round nose. This is going to be a really squatty one, but it's going to be good. You've got to cut this dish shape at the same time, because if you get this pedestal too thin, this part will break off. So you got to work here at the same time. Feel it with your finger. There's a lump right here. I got to get out a little bit. I'm going to work my way down some. make you wish you had taken wood shop?
Yeah.
This takes the longest, all this sanding. You don't want this running when you do it because you'll end up with it all over your shirt. Normally, I would let this sit overnight and then I would wax it and then I cut it off. But because we're almost out of time, said, I don't normally do this till the oil's dry, so we'll have to see what it looks like. It might look okay for the camera though. Once you let the wax dry, you polish it to a shine. It's hard telling if we'll get a good shine because we went a little bit fast here, but it's about ready to be cut off now. I don't see a lot of shine happening. It's probably because the oil's still wet. As you can see the wax coming off. And you don't want to get this caught in there, and you also don't want to get caught into the dust system. Now we're really close to the bottom here, which is sometimes happens. So I'm going to get the chuck key and I'm going to attempt to move this out just a little bit, but keep it even if I can. I don't know if this is even. That's pretty close, huh? That doesn't happen every day. Tighten this. Now we're going to take that parting tool. You can tell this tool's dull, it's burning.